Tye with the blue ankle band on. Tackett in the white shorts. And this, important to note, is a 185 match. And wow, big foot sweep there. Bad intentions from Tye Ruotolo. Tackett is ranked in the 185 division. He is actually the number 3 ranked 185-pound grappler. Tye, he weighed in fully clothed in 184.2 yesterday. But he says that, you know what? He says, I could still make 170 if I needed to, because he's still ranked number 3 in the 170 division.
Yeah, but those kids are clearly growing. Both Ruotolos are filling out rapidly, and it'll be fun to see where they actually end up. And you can see Tye's employing the classic Atto style, this plum grab here of wrestling where they have both hands.
Huge foot sweep there. Look at that. Beautiful work there from Tye Ruotolo in off-balancing William Tackett. And you know, they are aware that William is going to be a good wrestler. You know, they've gone up against his teammate Cody Steele. Tye has a submission win against Cody Steele there on the last Who's Number One in December 2020. And he feels that they're very similar in many respects, but he feels that they are slightly different. And again, looking for that foot sweep, that Tye does feel that William poses a slightly different threat. Because bear in mind that Tye was preparing for Craig Jones. And Craig Jones, unfortunately, had to pull out of this match. And William stepped in on a week's notice. But Tye said, you know what, yeah, they actually do a lot of things the same. That William and Craig, their game is not too dissimilar in a lot of the submission systems.
Look at that quick step over passing attack. Tye is such a creative grappler on top, and if he's not stepping on shins, he's diving for darces and things like that, and really dynamic passing game.
Now, this is not the first time we've seen William Tackett use this kind of calf crush entry from the bottom. It's a calf separation, a very dangerous attack. Could use it to go into this leg entry right here. He has a number of very significant wins by leg lock. Tapped out IBJJF World No-Gi Champion Manuel Hibamar with a leg lock. Tapped out Felipe Andrew with a leg lock, and now chasing after this heel hook against Tye Ruotolo early in this match.
He's got a great clamp on that leg. The knee is not free for Tye here, and William's not rushing anything as he starts to hunt for that heel. Tye really has to be careful what he does next, because this is a dangerous spot. And again, as I've pointed out before, this is the worst time to be involved in a leg lock exchange, when you are dry, because you are stuck.
I thought that was interesting, the way that they maneuvered themselves right on the edge of bounds. William actually looked up at the referee, are you going to stop us? And the referee was like, carry on. But it was interesting the way that Tye actually rotated around as if should he rotate, that he's not going to rotate out of bounds, he's going to rotate back in. But I think at this point, the referee will possibly be looking to restart them. They are right on the edge of the mat here, but look at this. Look at this. Ruotolo going for the back.
He's going for the back. There. He's nearly got this.
Oh my word, out the back door, and has got the seatbelt. Ruotolo, one hook in and then turns it into top position right here on the edge of bounds. But Tackett is straight back after another leg attack. And Ruotolo again trying to turn that into a back take. And that, I think, was a wise restart from our referee, Gabriel Martins. You know, they were moving through positions, they were working, and it would have been so unfair to take that away from them. But the moment that they settled into even a momentary neutral position, he's like, okay, I'm going to get you guys back in the middle, because you obviously need room to work.
Yeah, phenomenal exchange from both athletes there. Tye really aggressive and hunting for the back, but William crafty defense and able to really get back to a safer position here. Love what we're seeing, and still very early in this match with 11.5 minutes left to go.
The work rate has to be remarked upon.
Look at this wrestle up here from William, but Tye's got a nice whizzer.
Oh, the body lock there from Tackett. He's almost up on top. Squirming and rolling is Tye Ruotolo, who manages to retain this kind of base, 2 knees on the ground. Not out of danger, though. That
We're in the
body lock
fight here with the dogfight.
Right on the edge of bounds as Tackett scores that reversal. And now look at this. They're going to have to restart in the same position with the body lock. And they're right in front of us here at the commentary table. And man, that is that's a good passing position now for Tackett.
Yeah, the guys over at Checkmate there, we saw in the corner, Cody Steele and Bertuku have to be happy with where William ended up. Let's see how this reset goes. But this is definitely where William would like to be at this point in the match. It's a strong passing position, Hal.
He worked so hard to get there as well, right? That body lock, of course, you know, that Ruotolo was able to roll out of it once. But now you see the Tackett using that body lock, but Ruotolo is recovering one hook, but not really a super effective guard. This is still very passable for Tackett should he get the body lock clamp going.
which it seems that he does. And again, all he has to do is kind of step over one of the knees, most likely his left leg at this point. Is to see how his hip flexibility is, and he's trying to step over, but opts to go all the way up. I think that's enough space for Tye to recover.
It is indeed. I mean, you give this kid a tiny space, he's up and out, and Ruotolo back on his feet and already pushing forward.
Little grimace there from Tye. Maybe it was just a moment in the match. I think let's see if we go for another foot sweep from Tye. He's mixing those in early, and really dynamic wrestling game.
You know, I see the way that that Tackett has turned. Oh, we'll come up with the judges and see how they're giving this so far, because this has been a pretty even match to see how they call it. But I'm going to remark upon on Tackett's sort of body lock and his stand-up clinch in just a second and see how the judges call it. Favoring red so far, we've been told. No flag on the screen just yet, but take my word for it. But Tackett, I've seen him, he's turned slightly twice now from top, and that's enabled Ruotolo to go for that foot sweep. But remember, that's exactly how he landed that flying leg scissors against Manuel Hibberman.
Oh, that's a great point, Hal. And here we're in another interesting predicament as William is hunting for a leg.
Yeah, rolling through once again. That sort of it's not a 50-50 guard. This is not a 50-50 position. This is definitely the outside triangle. Switches it through onto the inside. Very similar sequence to what he used to try and tap out Hibberman. But look at that, man! Ruotolo's so good at knowing which direction to go to unlock that leg entanglement and go straight into this outside guard passing. And that's his bread and butter. Look at that, stepping on the foot. That's exactly what we've come to know from him.
Really a strong passing attempt here from Tye as he tries to close the distance and bury his head down in the hips. But clever retention there from William Tackett. Not out of danger yet, though, as Tye just pours on this pressure. And again, we're seeing some of this 80% pass technique where you don't fully commit to passing the guard. You just make them work a little bit, keep doing it, and eventually you actually find your real opening.
You know, something that we crunched the numbers for Tye Ruotolo, and what we found was that he averages just over 2 guard pass attempts per minute. You know, his work rate is very, very high. And in his last 2 matches, both were full 15-minute matches. In his last 2 minutes, he only spent a total of 23 seconds on his back.
That's crazy.
Isn't it? In 30 minutes of grappling action, only 23 seconds. He's that. He's got that hustle. He's just always on his feet, always pushing forward, always changing directions, and it can be overwhelming. But so far, it does look like Tackett has the answer for that.
This is a tricky position, though, but I'd like to point out maybe that work rate is why this is Tye's 4th appearance at Who's Number One. You work hard, you get rewarded, you're on the biggest show.
Oh, 100%. That's exactly what we want from the grapplers here on Who's Number One. We want effective jiu-jitsu, but we want people who get after it, who are trying to finish the match and give our fans a show, and that's exactly what we've got here from these two. Look at that! Beautifully timed diving guard pass over the top and into the mount here. Ruotolo settles down into top position. This is big.
Yeah, strong pass from Tye, and now he's mashing the face, making things really nasty for William. This is important because he cannot go backwards here. And the stakes in this match and the skill of William Tackett is very, very hard to get to this position, and you can better believe that Tye is going to hang out here as long as he can. But maybe we'll force the gift wrap, or start to looking for the back, or just hunt for submission from top. Let's see what we
Oh, nice separation from the elbow, from the body. He's actually got double underhooks, both elbows really high. We'll see exactly what Ruotolo plans to do with this. He's got the 2 hooks in instead of the grapevines now, and possibly looking to walk up top. Will he go for the arm triangle? Because he's got both those elbows up and away from the body. He's got his pick now. He can basically attack for about 4 or 5 different things should he want. And don't be fooled by that little wrist grab. The what looks like an Americana is very much a diversionary tactic.
Oh, here he goes. He's looking for the arm triangle. He's hunting. He's almost got his head into position, but William knows what he's going for and is doing his best to get that shoulder and elbow back down to the mat, and does so nicely.
You know, a shout out to William taking this match on 7 days' notice. He actually fought against the #1 ranked 185-pounder Wagner Hosha just last weekend in Fight to Win, taking a loss via decision, but in a very close match. So a common opponent for both of them. Tye Ruotolo has a decision win. And look at that. There's an Americana attempt from top. I feel like more to open something up, but more of a kind of a shot across the bows, not really a direct attack.
I don't know, that was pretty serious to me. A lot of velocity behind that, but again, not the usual finish for that kind of thing. But again, he's racking up, let's call them favor in the judge's eyes. I
Thank
mean,
you, yeah.
That's something that really is impressive, saying, look at me, I'm doing everything I can to get submission. And now we're looking for a little better control of Williams' left arm as Tye's trying to get the separation there. And again, possibly force an arm triangle somewhere. I feel like the arm triangle is what he's going for.
Man, one thing that I've noticed so far is from this position, the control of the upper body, that by keeping those elbows as far away from the ribcage as absolute possible, that is the only mount escape we've seen Tackett attempt so far, because he's simply been unable to maneuver his way out. And now you see Ruotolo actually move off to knee ride instead, possibly with the idea that should Tackett go for that underhook, he could go for a DOS choke of his own.
Yes, I like the way you're thinking there, Hal. I think Tye wasn't getting the openings he needed or wanted for any kind of submission attacks from top, so now he's going to go for his bread and butter. And again, like you said, he's hunting for that DARS, but may end up in north-south or just opt to reset here. Interesting choice from Tye. I think he may live to not love that decision. A lot more work to do here.
Judges favoring the blue corner, Tye Ruotolo. At this point, there's just less than 5 minutes remaining in this match, and I feel like at this point there, the very nice just redirection of those legs and settling into
Another
this
pass.
upper body control.
I spoke too soon. I thought that'd be much harder to pass Williams' guard a second time.
And Tye just seems to have settled into a very comfortable pace where he is just in full control now.
I mean, hard to argue with that as he's in side control here. Knee across the hips briefly. Got to think he's hunting for a guillotine here.
Possibly a north-south choke, actually. He's got a decent bite around the back of the head. He's trying to force around, but William was able to turn to his side a little bit. But, you know, it just goes to show that Tye is a headhunter. He's going to try and take whatever Tackett gives him from this position. See him looking for the DARS choke. He was
forcing the DARS.
Yeah, trying to punch his hand through, but William just seems to have, I don't want to say given up at all, but he's gone into survival mode, and he's not attacking as much as he was earlier. You know, when he was on bottom and he was on guard, he was constantly looking to tie up the legs. Now I feel like he's much more on the defensive. The momentum has definitely shifted in this match.
Yeah, but now he's back to guard, right? It's hard to attack from side control. But now he's in a much better place. He's in open guard, and we can see him maybe try and set something up. But let's see if Tye just continues to dictate the pace here, which he's fired up at the moment.
Right. Interesting that Tackett just semi up to his feet elects to go straight back to the guard. Given how much success Ruotolo has had from the top position, you might think that Tackett would work a little harder to put him down again, but
yeah, you have to think that Tye is operating with a comfortable lead at this point in the match, and must feel good about his chances, but he cannot get sloppy and let William enter in on a leg, because that's a dangerous proposition here.
Possible DARS choke if Tackett reaches across for that leg lock. You can actually see the way that Ruotolo is setting it up. And again, the hand on the face, the smother, you can't see it from this angle, you see it on the other side, but he really is utilizing so many different weapons to just make life miserable for William Tackett.
Smart. In these longer matches, that adds up so much more than, let's say, a 7-minute match.
Right.
I mean, double that time limit or more than that. Yeah, that's nasty. Going for the no-gi baseball bat choke here, almost.
Oh, my word. I mean, you can speak to the effectiveness of this. Anybody who's seen your episode of Fix My Game with Craig Jones.
You're supposed to never speak of that moment, Al.
But still, you know,
I'm done with you.
William has the leg entanglement. It's not like he's dead in the water here, but he's just not in a position to force Ruotolo's base off enough to be able to get the attack going. Now we see him going for the outside heel, but Ruotolo already slipping out, separated the legs. Now turn it into a back take here. Trying to hit the truck.
Remember what Kate said.
Nearly there. The hips are so high from William. This is a great attack from Tye. He might be able to finish it. Let's see if he can do it.
Oh, he's gone arm around the neck. He's gone high on the upper body, but he's turned it into the mount instead. My word, a gift wrap here, the position we've seen a lot this evening here at Who's Number One. A lot of work from the mount and dropping off, trying to get the possible armbar, but rolling through. And again, the hand on the face. Maybe something he's learned from watching Wagner Rocha.
Somewhere Wagner Rocha's spine is tingling. He's like, what's happening out there? He's probably watching, but he's very happy with his performance. Shout out to Wagner, one of the greatest ever to do this thing.
Man, this low mount as well. You know, a lot of times people say you have to be sat up high on the opponent's torso, but this low mount with the grapevines is also very difficult to escape. Doesn't give you as many attacks possibly, but still, you know, just pins your opponent to the ground. And the way that that Ruotolo is separating the elbows away from the upper body is very impressive and is really not giving Tackett any opportunity to escape.
I love that super aggressive chin strap attempt from Mount. That's not something you see all the time, but Tye's doing everything he can to finish this match with less than a minute to go. Really impressive stuff here from Ruotolo.
Yeah, going high, less than 40 seconds now remaining, and you know, I think there's still chance you could possibly see a finish here if Ruotolo can indeed isolate one of those arms for the arm drag, but no, sits back for a leg lock of his own. Rolling through it, you can hear his corner, Cade Ruotolo saying, get it, but Tackett savvy enough to roll the right way in 20 seconds, but man, Ruotolo just doesn't stop.
Oh, stepping over for maybe a knee bar look, but man, Tye is letting it all hang out right now. Incredible performance from Tye Ruotolo.
This is the true evolution of jiu-jitsu right here. You've seen two of the brightest up-and-coming stars in no-gi grappling. A full 15-minute showcase of some of the best no-gi grappling technique in the world right here. Who's number one? And I'm going to say, I feel very confident, Chase, in saying that Tye Ruotolo should get the decision in that match.
We'll find out in just a moment here.
Good fight, guys.